Welcome to a journey into the heart of the internet, into the very fabric of our digital lives. Today, we uncover the dark side of the platforms that have revolutionized our world. We're going to talk about the ways in which these platforms, often designed with the best of intentions, can be twisted, manipulated, and used against us. You see that phone in your hand? That laptop screen illuminating your face? These devices are portals to vast networks, to billions of voices and trillions of stories. Your mental health, your well-being, it's precious, right? But in a world of constant connection, of curated perfection and relentless comparison, it's easy to feel inadequate. Social media, for all its benefits, can become a breeding ground for anxiety, depression, and this pervasive sense that we're just not enough. We've all seen the headlines, heard the heartbreaking stories of lives lost, potential extinguished, all because of the cruelty that can fester behind a screen. We have to ask ourselves, at what cost are we willing to participate in this digital ecosystem? Every click, every like, every comment, it's not just you interacting with the digital world, it's you generating data. Data that's packaged, sold, and used to predict your behaviors, influence your choices. Are we really aware of the price tag? Data breaches, identity theft, these aren't just plot points in a science fiction movie, they're realities of our hyper-connected lives. Have you ever felt like you're living in an echo chamber, surrounded by people who already agree with you? That's no accident. Social media algorithms, designed to keep us engaged, often trap us in filter bubbles, feeding us a steady diet of information that confirms our existing biases. We have thousands of friends, followers, connections, but how many of those relationships are truly genuine, truly nourishing? Social media, while connecting us across continents, can also lead to a sense of isolation, a longing for the depth and nuance of face-to-face interaction. We craft our online personas, present carefully curated versions of ourselves, but at what cost? Are we sacrificing genuine connection for the fleeting validation of likes and shares? Scroll through your feed and what do you see? Perfectly posed bodies, flawless skin, lives that seem effortlessly glamorous. Social media has become a breeding ground for unrealistic beauty standards, fueling body image issues and a constant sense of inadequacy. We compare our behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel, forgetting that these platforms often showcase a distorted view of reality. That notification buzz, that irresistible urge to refresh, to scroll just one more time. Social media, while designed to connect us, can also be a major source of distraction, a black hole for our time and attention. Childhood, a time of wonder, exploration, and the formation of crucial social and emotional skills. But what happens when those formative years are saturated with social media? Children and teenagers, their brains still developing, are particularly vulnerable to the addictive nature of these platforms, to the constant need for validation and the fear of missing out. Social media exists in a nebulous space, a wild west of sorts where traditional rules and regulations often struggle to keep up. Intellectual property theft, privacy violations, the use of algorithms to manipulate our emotions and behaviors. These are just some of the ethical dilemmas we face in the digital age. Imagine a world where elections are swayed, social movements hijacked, and public opinion manipulated, all through the subtle and insidious use of social media. This isn't science fiction, it's the reality we face in an age of information warfare. Foreign governments, extremist groups, and even corporations are exploiting these platforms to sow discord, spread propaganda, and undermine our democratic institutions. Every like, every share, every byte of data we generate, it all requires energy. Massive data centers, humming with the power of millions of processors, consume vast amounts of electricity, contributing to greenhouse gas emissions and the growing threat of climate change. We need to start thinking about the environmental impact of our digital lives, to consider the true cost of our constant connection. So, here we are, standing at the precipice of a digital future, a future brimming with both promise and peril. While social media connects us in unprecedented ways, it's crucial to be aware of its darker aspects, to approach these platforms with a critical eye and a healthy dose of skepticism. Let's not be passive consumers of technology, but active participants in shaping a digital world that reflects our values, a world where connection is genuine, information is reliable, and our well-being, both individual and collective, is paramount.